Welcome everybody, episode 50. Whew. Placed in shelter, your host here, Ryan Catarozoli. And thank goodness we have hit episode number 50 because that's going to be it for season one. And in a previous episode, obviously, I kind of gave my thank you to everybody here, but I truly mean that. I want to say that again. This has been a huge learning experience for myself, and I've really had a lot of personal growth by being able to, use this kind of format. But on today's show, episode 50, end of season one, and I have some thank yous that I have to put out to other people though. So stop sharing here for a second. First and foremost, and this list is in no particular order, I need to thank Ann Kammerer because Ann is the one behind the scenes. So every time I screw up, every time I stutter, she's the one cutting and editing the videos for YouTube and makes me look as good as possible, which is very hard to do. And I know this has taken up a lot of her time, but she does a fantastic job. She adds subtitles, she adds spec sheets, she has a lot of great information to all the videos going live on YouTube. So Ann, thank you very much. Next, Megan Eichelberger. So many of you don't know, Megan is the one that's actually posting everything on social media. So she's the one making sure the videos go up every day on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, also on our website. So she's the one that's really putting all of the content out there because Lord knows, A, I wouldn't know how to do it, and B, I would forget. I'd also like to thank Joe McAuliffe. So as many of you know, Joe has been on pretty much every show. I think he might have missed one because he had another engagement, but Joe's the one that's been on kind of being my moderator, making sure that there's no bad conversation going on in the chats, making sure we're not getting Zoom bombed, making sure for the video that everybody else's video has been muted. So Joe, thank you very much for that. You've been a huge help. Jessie Blau and her whole customer service team, they've been attending every single day. They're on a rotation. So we get a couple of them every single day, learning a little bit about Hatco, obviously helping us out. And then to all of my guests. So Joe and Kevin, Deidre, Joe McAuliffe was on there, Mark Pumfret. So anybody that we had as a guest, Randy Hano, thank you guys so much because you really brought a lot of valuable content to the show. So I'm sure that I'm forgetting somebody. I tried to write it all down so I wouldn't forget, but everyone here for your support. I couldn't do this every day. This would have ended a long time ago if you didn't tune in every day and find some value. Like I said before, I value your time. So once I kind of run out of content, I don't want to just sit here and waste your time. So this is going to wrap up season one. So with that, before we get into some fun questions at the end, be thinking of any questions or any closing remarks that anybody from Hatco would like to make, because I'll give you a chance at the end, kind of an open forum to jump on. But one last piece of Hatco content before we go. And I've got something cool for you. So this is a new product that's just coming out. It should be available in July. And there's some other model numbers that aren't listed right here, but I just want to give you the general idea of what we're looking at. How many times have you been on a job, and let's say it's a stadium job, and you maybe specify some Hatco decorative lamps, and that job may not install for 2 years. In fact, sometimes it's even longer than that. And as the job changes and things happen, sometimes drop ceilings get added, or sometimes heights or dimensions change. Well, what was the number one most important thing during our DL video? And number two, it even came up in our Customer Service 101. Overall length of decorative lamps is the most important thing because that's what's going to give us the actual decorative lamp that works for our product or for our application. Well, our engineers started thinking about it and we said, hey, what if we make them slightly adjustable? Now, I have to stress something. This is not to replace a retractable decorative lamp. This is not something that you're going to be adjusting every single day. This is going to be something that helps with installation. So as you can see in the photos here, there is a larger tube and then there's a smaller part of the stem, and this can be adjusted. And you can see the larger the lamp, the larger the gap, the more space it has for air. So for example, the smallest size only has a couple of inches of play. However, as you start to get in the larger ones, you do have a greater range that as long as you're within that range, it's going to work for your application. And this is really cool because if you get on site, they start installing it, the counter is a 1/4 inch high or 3 inches taller, a drop ceiling comes in, whatever the case may be, you have some flexibility here. So these are designed to help with installation. Pricing will be available to you. All of the spec sheets will be coming out, and these should be available come July. Not exactly sure which date, but they are going to be there. And you can see from the picture, a standard stem mount. You're also going to have a track option, but it really gives you some flexibility. And if you've ever been on a job site, and I've got pictures of them, where they specified it wrong or something changed on the job, and all of a sudden you see those lamps and they're this close or they're this far away, you know, you may have some issues. So this is designed to help out with that. So that's going to wrap up our last talk of season 1, episode 50, adjustable stem mounts. So now is the time, if you have any questions, we can bring them up in chat. Here we go. Let's see what we got so far. Jim, Bruce Bowers for the last show. Thank you very much. And thank you again. There's just a random comment that says Lou Anik. It kind of feels like the last day of summer camp and saying goodbye to your summer girlfriend. Thomas, I'm glad I could be your summer girlfriend. I appreciate that. Howard, thank you. Mark, Jim, anybody else? So if you have any other questions, thank you, Lindsay. I really appreciate it. But don't forget, it's not totally done yet. Mark, did anybody with Hatco want to state anything? Any parting thoughts? You should be allowed to start video, Mark.
You know, as the note kind of said, it felt like the last day of summer camp. So I might as well have the backdrop that looks a little bit like that. Ryan, kudos to you for putting together an amazing series and bringing knowledge to anybody and everybody that dropped in on this video series. Really big kudos, congratulations to you on the finishing of season 1. I look forward to what season 2 may bring.
That's right. Thank you, Mark. I really appreciate that. And actually, it's a great segue into the last thing that I wanted to mention. So as all of you know, we do have a placedinshelter@gmail.com email address. And my question to you, or challenge, would be, if we were to bring back a season 2, what would you like to see? Was it the interview format? How many days of the week is good? Maybe just a Friday show? Perhaps you like a couple days of the week. I would like to hear from you because, again, you're the ones that are really allowing this to happen. So if you give me some feedback, I would kind of like to look at what season 2 would look like. And if that's maybe 4 episodes a month with 4 good quality interviews, and maybe we make them 15 or 20 minutes, anything that you have, any kind of feedback, constructive criticism, the way I should shave or not shave or continue to grow my beard, anything that you have, I welcome. Please let me know. And with that, a big thank you to everybody again, but I'm going to go here and share my screen for the whole reason everybody tunes in every day, and that's going to be our memes of the day. And another thank you to Charlene Brennan. She's the one that's provided me with at least 75% of these memes. So Charlie, thank you very much. And if 2020 was a swing, this is what it would look like. And I agree with that. Here's the new face shield that I'm looking forward to wearing when I have to go back to the office at Hatco. And last but not least, I think this sums it up perfectly. Times Person of the Year. It's the Mayhem guy. Enough said. So with that, that is going to wrap up our 50th episode. Unfortunately, if you're catching on YouTube, you aren't going to be able to join in live until season 2. So stay tuned and we'll try to figure out when that's going to be. But thank you again, everybody, for your support. As always, if you are subscribed to Hatco, if you hit the bell notification, whether it's Placed in Shelter or another video, it will always notify you and let you know that Hatco has posted a new video. And please show us you're enjoying the content by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you, everybody. I truly mean that. Thank you so much, and have a great day.